92.7 बिग एफएम से मैं हूँ आपके साथ आपकी दोस्त आरजे निशा एंड टुडे इज एन इमेंस मोमेंट फॉर मी बिकॉज आज जिस चीज का इंतजार हम कर रहे थे या कहते हैं ना कि जब आप अपनी ख्वाहिशें यूनिवर्स को बताते हैं तो वो कुछ ना कुछ करता जरूर है आप तक उन ख्वाहिशों को पूरा करने के लिए एंड आई वाज ऑलवेज ड्रीमिंग ऑफ दिस ऑफ हैविंग वन डे कन्वर्सेशन विद लकी अली सर एंड टुडे आई हैव हिम विद मी along with Ankur. So, Lucky sir, कैसे हैं आप? And it is such a privilege to have you with us on #DoMyDoMePicture special, Doctor.
Thank you ever so much. This is very, very, very pleasant to be with you and to see my friend Ankur as well. Yeah, it's a special day for us, of course.
एक ऐसा सफर है जो हम 90s के बच्चों ने ट्रैवल किया है and it is so good कि हम आज भी आपके गाने गुनगुनाते हैं और आज भी आपका गाना हम enjoy कर रहे हैं. Such a beautiful composition you've come up with. इस गाने के पीछे की कुछ छोटी सी जर्नी अगर आप हमारे साथ शेयर करना चाहे तो.
Basically, I've just sung the song which was composed by Mike and written by Ankur. And I felt that Ankur, when I approached Ankur and asked him to write the song, like when we work, it's just like kind of natural, like, Baba, it's this music, and then all of a sudden the words start coming out. So there's no formality as such. So this song just started developing, and I liked what Ankur wrote, and it just fit. He had done something called, what is that? Mohabbat Zindabad, right?
Yeah, I'd written a song called Mohabbat Zindabad, which you really like, no?
And I said Mohabbat Zindagi, and then Zindagi Mohabbat. It's just like kind of like, so it was not a preconceived idea. It was just when we met, all these thoughts started flowing, and it was sitting there writing.
Wow, quite interesting. So Ankur, do you have anything to add on this? Like, how was it working on this song with Lucky Ali sir and bringing it out to all the people for us? How was that feeling to you?
I mean, it's always amazing to work with Lucky bhai. Like, you just hang and you chat and वो काम कब होता है पता नहीं चलता. We just like vibe with each other. We like this song is especially this song it came so naturally. It's an extension of his personality, which is very layered and very simple at the same time. He sometimes says the beautiful thing about him in conversations. He says things so simply. And they are so layered, so that's where we felt that I always liked in earlier days when Sahir Saab would write for Devanand, it would seem like you're writing for him. So in this song I felt I wanted to explore Lucky Bhai's personality, and he is kind of like the flag bearer of love, has been since the time I've started enjoying independent music, and we wanted to express that in the song, and it just came about naturally in conversations over coffee and dosas.
Absolutely true. Lucky sir, आपके लिए क्या डिफरेंस है फिलहाल जब आपने उस वक्त उन गानों को जब सामने लाए थे, जब इंडिपेंडेंट म्यूजिक को हमने आपसे सीखा था, and now when you see all these people making up good music and independent artists coming up, what is the difference you see now?
Oh, the process is the same, because when I was aspiring to be a musician, I was learning from independent musicians who didn't have a platform, but they sang because they loved to sing and because they loved to express, and people loved them for that. And I respected that, that about them. And
So sir, आपकी कुछ यादें जब आपने पहला एल्बम आपका बनाया था, and it has been said that it was rejected by many people, and then that was one of the most popular albums which sold 4 million copies of itself. So is it a fact that it really happens to you, and what was that particular point happening into your mind? Like, rejection भी है और आपको पता था कि आपका काम perfect है, तो वो journey कैसी थी?
See, I was like, I think a failure in life at that time. When I started out, I had no job, and I was married, and we were expecting our first son. And here I'd gone and spent my wife's money on an album that I didn't even know is going to like do anything or what. But I was sure about one thing, that people would listen to it, because I was passionate about it. I felt that that I need to, express myself, because cinema wasn't doing it at that time. The only cinema that I really understood at that time was alternative cinema with Sham Babu and Govind and the likes of them. And my guitar went on to an oil rig, and that's where my journey with music started.
So, but when was the first time, like you say, that you really realized that music is something you really want to do?
Always. Music always, I mean, a normal conversation would get sidelined if you heard a piece of music and then you're not listening to that conversation, you're listening to the strains of the rhythm or the melody that's happening, and that takes over your reality for that moment. And so that's the effect of music.
So what would you like to say about Ankur? In fact, like he said, working with him has made things so easy with the cup of coffees and dosas.
Ankur is a saint. For me, I learn a lot from Ankur's Therav, and he has a lot of Therav, and we love to throw ideas at each other. I mean, I know Ankur since his when he made those were the first songs.
Sabse Piche Hum Khade, you sang also.
His work right from there, and felt like so simple and for me at that time. Is how I felt. Sometimes someone says your story, what I mean, and you're with that person, and then that's part of your journey to.
All right. So, Ankur, what do you take in as an inspiration? Like when you start writing or when you think of a song, where does this ideas usually come from? Is it always the dosas and the coffee which works for you, or is it even something else?
No, I feel it's not the dosas and coffees. They're just like, they extract things out of you. But it's about, I feel like as an artist, if you can, express a complex thought in a simple manner, that always inspires me. Like, so hanging with Lucky Bhai is like that. Like sometimes, discussing something really intense and he would say it in such simple words. It's always kind of inspiring to see that. Sometimes you see that in life. You would see a visual that would express so much. There would be so many stories in that visual. So there would be so many, you'd read a book and that it will give you a feeling that suddenly explains a lot of complex thoughts that were in your head. And I feel that really inspires me. And hanging with Lucky Bhai always is that. You hang with him, you chill with him, and you don't go there as that we are here to write a song. You're just there that we're going to hang, we're going to talk, and if something comes out, it comes out. And you talk about everything from like food to places you visit to people to everything, the weather, the stars, and sometimes I always feel like it's not a coincidence that the structure of the atom in the universe is the same. So it's actually, we're constantly trying to simplify things in our head. And like a scientist, scientist of emotion is what he could be. He simplifies a lot of thoughts in my head. So it's very inspiring to be around him, chat with him, and feel the comfort. Like I remember I felt really inspired. One of the inspiring moments in my life was when I heard O Sanam. It was on mute actually, and I saw Tintin on a bike, and when I said, look, that looks like Tintin going towards the pyramids, and I put the song on, music on, I said, oh my god, what is this music?
So Lucky sir, jab Gaana ki baat hui hai, and O Sanam has always been one of our favorites also. Can we have that song from you if you don't mind? Please.
शाम सवेरे तेरी यादें आती हैं, आके दिल को मेरे यूं तड़पाती हैं, ओ सनम मोहब्बत की कसम.
Amazing, sir. Amazing. What a beautiful morning gift I have for the day. But Lucky sir, लेकिन अगर हम आपसे बात करें इंडिपेंडेंट म्यूजिक की, आपने दौर को बदलते हुए भी देखा है. And now, what is the beautiful changes that you see these days when you see so many singers around you, when upcoming artists also around you? How does it make you feel about it?
Everybody's a musician. So everybody has that talent and many are exploring it. And it's a great time. I think now especially with the advent of so much of technology and so many ways to actually learn the craft. It's I think it's amazing. As Ankur said earlier, there's never been just can do it anytime, and there seems to be an explosion of ideas right now. So that's good. That's very encouraging for the younger generation that is looking at music as a form of expression or a way forward.
So any piece of advice you would love to give to all the independent artists or upcoming independent ones, basically?
Enjoy the trip. Enjoy it and do it because you love it, not because you want to make someone else happy. Do it because you love it and because it makes you happy. So that's my take on the music.
So any song you feel कि कभी आपको लगा कि यार ये गाना मैंने गाना चाहिए था, या this is one song which I would like to have into my own version. किसी ऐसे गाने में आपको इम्पैक्ट हुआ?
हाँ, अंकुर का गाना था ना, वो सबसे पीछे हम खड़े. I really wanted to sing that song, and I got an opportunity to sing that song at that time. So I fulfilled my khwahish, if you want to say, on his work. I would say that. Yeah, दिल से seriously.
क्या बात है सर. मतलब अंकुर की गाने आपको बड़ी प्रेरणा देते हैं और आपकी आवाज अंकुर को प्रेरणा देती है. इससे बेहतरीन कॉम्बिनेशन और हो ही नहीं सकता था. So, yes. Can we have this song which we have been releasing in fact, और उस गाने की अगर कुछ झलकी आप हमारे listeners के लिए गुनगुना सके please?
ऐसे तो यहाँ पे पहेली हर कोई है, अनजानों के खेल में रहे हम अजनबी, सवालों की कहानी में जवाबों की कमी है, दिल के आईने छिपे हैं मायने कहीं, जो खोया हुआ वो मिला यहाँ, जो सुना वो अनसुना, अनकहा ही कह गया, ये मोहब्बत जिंदगी है और जिंदगी मोहब्बत है.
That's so nice.
And we have been lucky enough in actually hearing all your songs and feeling every song of it. So, Lucky sir, what would you like to say about the remixes which are coming up about this song? Do you really enjoy them? या आपको लगता है कि जिस तरीके से जो गाने बने थे उन्हें वैसे ही रहना देना चाहिए?
Mikey, as you know, is producing the songs. So we all of us actually, we share ideas. Whether it's Ankur sitting here, he'll say अच्छा लग रहा है, नहीं अच्छा लग रहा है. मैं बोलूँगा अच्छा लग रहा है या नहीं अच्छा लग रहा है. And then we'll have a thing on that, And finally, when it's done, I think it's everybody's perspective on it, And that's when we release the song. So it's a work in progress always, even after the song is released, because when we go on stage, we sing it differently. I could just sing it like on a guitar and, just say the poetry of it, because the poetry is so cool,
तो जिस तरीके से लेकिन अभी हम बॉलीवुड में एक ट्रेंड देखते हैं कि पुराने गानों को उठा के हमने उसका रीमिक्स वर्जन बनाया है, एंड देन कुछ पॉपुलर और गाने के रीमिक्स्ड गानों को हमने और रीमिक्स कर दिया. सो डू यू रियली थिंक इसे करना चाहिए एज पर योर परसेप्शन?
करते तो करने दीजिए ना. I mean, if they find their joy in that, that's beautiful, I mean, if they can and they can convince you about it, then ठीक ही तो है, what I mean. It's
I mean, this I would interject, sorry to interject, is freedom. Is you should be able to do whatever you want to do, It's like I read this really funny piece of news. It's funny for me, not for the person who went through it. In Bangladesh, they caught this guy for singing out of tune, वो इतना बेसुरा गा रहा था, उसको जेल में डाल दिया उन्होंने. बट आई फील दैट वो खुश हो रहा था बंदा, वो गा रहा है अपना, उसको गाने दो यार. सबको करना चाहिए जो जिससे मन को शांति मिले.
It's all cool. Absolutely. So we have got one of our budding artists today also with us. She is Namrata. And Namrata, if you could just be with us along, please.
Hello, sir.
Hey, Namrata. How are you?
I'm good, sir.
Namrata, अपने बारे में कुछ please हमें बताएं.
I have been listening to Indian classical from childhood because meri bua, mere dadaji, everybody was a music professor. But daddy was into RTO, and he was like, this is not a career where you can, have a salaried life or a secured life. So सुनते आए हैं हमेशा बिकॉज घर के बगल में म्यूजिक स्कूल था दिन भर सितार तबला वोकल्स फिर I did my engineering, then I did my post graduation in journalism. I worked for a year in a corporate and I realized that I'm missing something. So I left my job and I came to Bombay and I started working on my acting career. At the same time, I used to practice music always and I got the spine injury and I thought that was the time when music actually accepted me. Or maybe it's like, it has to come to me. So I started learning and then I started working on my music singles. And you are a great inspiration because I feel that you don't have to really, toughen things up to express. You just can say, like Ankur said, that you can say the most difficult thing in a very simpler, way. And that's what attracts, that's what touches you basically.
Absolutely. So Namrata, do you have any question you want to ask him?
I want to ask Lucky sir, how do you create a song? As in, is it like you're living your life and then suddenly an idea pops up, or is it like you actually deliberately think that okay, ab aaj ek gana karna hai next, so let's sit with the team and discuss?
First of all, I don't create anything. Everything is there that was already created, so you just discover it. So that's the process, it's already been there. So what we are gleaning from is processes that have already taken place. And since I don't work in Bollywood, I don't have that, that pressure to make a song. I can make a song anytime I feel that I feel like making a song.
And also pressure to release a song. There's so many songs you've written that are there and you don't feel it's the right time to release them. You release them when the time is right.
Exactly. So take your time with whatever you do and enjoy your journey. It's not about the goal, it's your journey. And it's about that journey, the quality of that journey. So things I learned from my parents, which I would tell to my children and tell to my friends. That's what it is. And I want to wish you all the best for a wonderful and rewarding career ahead. When I say rewarding, dil se, you understand what I mean. पैसे तो सब लोग बनाते हैं, नाम सब लोग कमाते हैं, मगर very few people feel good inside. You need to feel good about what you're doing. So
Thank you so much.
Yeah. God bless you.
Ankur, any tips from you?
Just enjoy, have fun, and make music and spread the love. That's all I would say.
So, Namrata, ऐसा कोई गाना जो आज आप हमारे सारे listeners के लिए गुनगुनाना चाहेंगी और बताना चाहेंगी इस गाने की journey?
Yeah, this song is actually presented by Hangama itself. And this is the original which I did because sometimes what happens is you meet someone and you feel like meeting them again. So the idea of the song was that. And on that basic idea, I thought to write something. So I'll sing that for you. Yeah. तुझसे मिलने के बनाए नए नए बहाने, तुझसे मिलने के बनाए नए नए बहाने, यहाँ तेरे मेरे सिवा और कोई नहीं, कि है भी तो हमको क्या परवाह कि हम है गुम कहीं, वो तेरी बातों में मेरा यूं हटना, वो तेरा छुप छुप के मुझको यूं तकना, कोई तो बात है, प्यार का एहसास है, परेशान है दिल, थोड़ा शैतान है दिल, तुझसे मिलने के ये बनाए नए नए बहाने.
क्या बात है, amazing, what a beautiful song actually, Navdita. Thank you so much for doing that with us, and I hope that you have a fantastic career ahead and your singles touch everybody's heart, as we always hope so.
Thank you so much.
So thank you. Alright, लकी सर, आपसे एक सवाल ये है कि आप 3 चीजें ऐसी जिससे आप बहुत डरते हैं, वो कौन सी है?
झूठ से डरता हूँ, झूठे से डरता हूँ, और
अंकुर, your things in fact जिससे आपको बड़ा प्यार है?
जिंदगी से है, जिंदा दिली से, हंसने से। आई थिंक हंसना बहुत ही ज़रूरी होता है। जब क्या कहते हैं, जब रोते हैं तो हम यूजुअली पास्ट के बारे में रोते हैं या फ्यूचर के बारे में रोते हैं। जब हंसते हैं तो बिल्कुल प्रेजेंट होते हैं। यू नो, एंड इट्स सो इम्पॉर्टेंट टू लाफ इन लाइफ एंड नॉट टेक थिंग्स टू सीरियसली। दैट आई फील दैट आई लव लाफिंग एंड मेक पीपल हु मेक मी लाफ।
क्या बात है, लकी सर, a life mantra of yours which you think everyone can enjoy and relate with?
Be as you need to be, you know. So I have no great gyan to give anybody. You will always, if you didn't fall, you wouldn't get up. If you didn't fail, you wouldn't pass. So don't get worried about failures, you know. It's part of it. The many times you fail, the more polished you will be.
Thank you so much, Lucky sir, for joining with us.
Thank you, ma'am. God bless.
Thank you so much for having me, Nisha.
Thank you.